I'm going to be going through some of the content that you guys are loving online right now and giving my honest reaction to it. My team have prepared these videos for me, so I'll be seeing them for the first time with you and reacting in real time. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments. Let's get into it. Here's the first clip. I'm nervous.
New research has found that it can take more than 50 years for a nurse, a teacher, a vet and bricklayer to buy a Sydney property. Social workers, psychologists and plumbers were also included in the half a century club, with dentists and engineers not far ahead at 42 years.
The research comes as the government's first home guarantee scheme kicks off this week in a push to encourage new buyers into the market.
Yeah, pretty scary stuff there. Like, those people are critical people for our society to operate in a functional way, and the government are clearly just setting them up for failure. They're setting most people up for failure. It's 4 to 9 people out of 100 people retire independently, financially free from the government support with the pension, and we know that the pension's not something that they can really afford anymore, especially in the future. So that's really sad. That actually affects me in a negative way, and I don't like hearing that people are struggling so much to live in what's meant to be one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and we need to do something about it. So that's my take on that. Hopefully the next one's a bit more positive.
Would you rather have $1 million in the bank or $1 million in a real estate investment?
I love this guy.
No-brainer for me would be have the money tied up in real estate. You see, if I had $1 million in the bank, I have the wealth effect, meaning I feel really good about myself and I have money in the bank, so I could go out and pick up some expensive dinners and maybe take a vacation and buy some things I don't need. But if it's tied up in a commercial property, I have no access to it. I can't see it every day, so I kind of forget about it. But what I do get is the quarterly distributions or the monthly distributions from that $1 million, which is way smaller. So that allows me to maintain a much lower lifestyle, much lower spending habits, and yet have the desire to go out and earn more. And more importantly, that $1 million in a real estate will appreciate much faster than the bank.
He's really cool, sitting there in his Rolls Royce, which is pretty funny. I've thought about this question a lot, especially as I was younger, trying to learn my ways around how to assess property and just wealth in general. And the answer is to have $1 million in an appreciating or income producing appreciating asset is much more valuable than having $1 million in cash. And the reason is that the $1 million in cash is going to halve every circa sort of 23 years, even faster at the moment with the amount of inflation that we're living with. Whereas a real estate asset, you know, historically is going to appreciate in value. So the real estate asset's also bringing in income, it's bringing in tax offsets, it's bringing in depreciation, and you're able to leverage that property into more properties or more income producing assets. So it's lovely to see $1 million sitting in your bank account, but at the end of the day, it's much more effective to be able to see $1 million real estate asset that you can leverage and compound into many more assets. So that was really cool. I like that. Just also quickly, if you would like to learn more about property investment and understand how we guarantee 6% rental yield or we pay, you're more than welcome to reach out to my team at Buyfair on the link below. You can click on that link below and book a time in with one of our friendly team members to learn more about whether or not we can help you in your journey to property investment as well. Let's check out the next one. We've got two more reactions.
You said a home is a terrible investment. Isn't that kind of ironic?
It is a terrible investment. It's nothing good about
Mr.
it.
Cardo.
Doesn't cash flow. You don't get big tax write-offs because of it. You have no leverage. You're living in it. You're paying for it. Even when the loan's paid, you don't own it. You still got to pay property taxes. Still got to insure it. Still got to maintain it. People get emotional about their house. This is my house. If you just break it down and don't become emotional, it ain't your house. You're a partner in this house with the state.
So your recommendation to a normal family would be to rent?
Never buy a house, man. Rent. I'm not saying don't own real estate. I'm saying take all the money that you would have spent on that house and invest in real estate that cash flows, that pays you every month. Could be retail, storage, could be land. If you're a farmer or a rancher and you know how to get cows to cash flow, then do that.
Get cows to cash flow. That's so good. Yeah, couldn't agree more. The family home, let's be honest, guys, it's a liability. It's not an asset. Too many people think that the family home is an asset. It's not. I rent where I live. I love it. Like, it's, you know, I rented $2-3 million house and it cost me $1,000 a week. I don't have to pay for the council rates, the water rates, the insurances. The mortgage is not crazy. It's more so about having assets that can cash flow for you. So, you know, something that's going to put money into your pocket. It's going to give you some tax offsets. It's going to give you depreciation, all of these kind of things like we spoke about in the last video. But Mr. Cardone, he's a gun. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. So the great Australian dream. I don't think home ownership is the great Australian dream. I think investment ownership and financial freedom is the great Australian dream, because that gives you the choice to be able to live where you want to live, to be able to put your time into what you want to put your time into, so on and so forth. So, Mr. Cardone, you're a smart man. It took me a while to get used to your personality, but I'm a massive fan, so I agree with that. Invest, invest, invest. I'm not saying don't buy investments. That's absolutely critical. And caveat, first home, getting into your first home to take advantage of government grants and those kind of things. Absolutely, I agree with that. So we've got the last one. It looks like we're moving through these pretty quickly. So let's have a look. I'm looking forward to the last one.
And what's the worst area to buy in Perth right now?
There's lots of bad areas. I personally am not buying in Perth, but if I had to pick the worst areas, I'd say Swan in Perth's northeast, because the building approvals are about to oversupply the market.
The wine region.
Then you've got Wanneroo in Perth's north outer region.
Disagree
and then
with
to
that.
the south, Rockingham and those surrounding
Disagree
areas.
with that as well.
They all look like they've got a lot of stock coming on market, and prices are going to be pushed down very soon.
Well, first of all, I have to say, we're past putting people into Perth for now. The cycle's passed. It's had its generational boom. That will come around again at some point in the future, you would think. But for now, especially with what we do in new homes as well, you're looking at an 18-month build time, maybe even longer sometimes, because the builders are just jacked up. So yeah, we're not putting people into Perth. My first property was bought in Perth, and it's just done incredibly well. And a lot of clients of mine have made a lot of money in Perth. So hats off to Perth. I love it. I lived there for 10 years, but I wouldn't be investing in Perth at the moment. As far as Wanneroo and Rockingham are concerned, Wanneroo is an infill location that's close to the beach, close to hospitals, close to magnificent transport, and really only a 20-minute trip, 25-minute trip into the CBD. I haven't looked into the granular data on Wanneroo recently, but that would be a fundamental area that I would absolutely usually be interested in investing in. So obviously this guy knows a little bit more than me potentially, but I would be looking at Wanneroo as a pretty interesting location to invest in. Rockingham's interesting. It's one of those areas that gentrification is very important. It's an experience when you go down to Rockingham. It's absolutely stunning and I love it. There's some good pockets and some bad pockets, but once again, being right near the water, there's not a lot of land left in Rockingham. A lot of it's been built out as well, and the facilities are magnificent, especially that foreshore. It's stunning. So I was there over Christmas enjoying some fish and chips, but I would like to look at Rockingham and have sold a lot of property in Rockingham to investors in the past and first home buyers as well. So there you go. That's my first reactions video. We went through 4. I hope you liked the reactions and the videos. The team did a really good job of picking those. If you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe and let me know if you agree, or if you have a completely different take to me, that's totally fine as well. I genuinely love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you in the next episode.